want to be the first guy to say the Milwaukee doesn't have a lot of power, but it just doesn't feel like it's doing much. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Andrew, and this is another edition of Kite Army Labs. So you can tell that I finally got my first Milwaukee review coming your way. This is the Milwaukee M18 fuel string trimmer. See? On that end's a string trimmer. Our job here today is go over all the features of this string trimmer, have a look at how it operates, and then the business end has a date with all that nasty brush right over there. Let's get into it. Let's go through all the features of the Milwaukee fuel string trimmer. First off, the battery. This battery will look very familiar to you if you own any other Milwaukee 18-volt tools. This guy is an 18-volt 9-amp-hour battery, and it has a fuel gauge right on the top there so you can see how much power remains in the battery. Now, in this particular string trimmer, Milwaukee chose to put the brushless motor right in the back there, and they claim it's because it gives a more balanced feel to the string trimmer, and I have to say it feels very comfortable and balanced. So moving down, you have a variable speed trigger, so you can go really slow around gentle plants, and it also has a speed adjustment. That's your top speed. It can be high or low. I don't really see the need for that since it does have a variable speed trimmer, but if you want to go full on, it will kind of top out how fast you can spin. Now, the other thing about this string trimmer, and when I was putting it together, I noticed how nice the handle was. And that's part of that feel experience. It really gives you a solid feel and nice control over the string trimmer. So let's move on down here. First off, the string on this head can be between 14 and 16 inches, and you can adjust this guy right here, which will change the length of the string that this head can spin. Now, the type of string they can use is 0.08 to 0.095 string. So that's kind of standard string, and it's available everywhere. So that's not a problem. Milwaukee equipped this string trimmer with a traditional bump head, and I think that's going to appeal to a lot of landscapers since they've been doing that for the last 30 years, loading those spools, putting them in. They're not going to have a problem with this bump head. Now, if you're a homeowner looking for an easier bump head to load or one to feed, there are some other options. Anyway, let me show you how to load this bump head and how to advance the line. To open up the bump head, you have to depress these two buttons on the side. That will release the top here. Then you have the spool on the inside. Now, on the spool, there's these two little notches right there. You split the string in half, the distance in half. You find those little notches right there. You thread the string like that, and you have to go the proper direction, which I wasn't going. That's it right there. You just put it on like that. One of the strings stays up top, one goes below. Then you roll it on like that. This spool can take up to 20 feet of 0.095 string, which is a lot, and another reason why some of the pros are gonna like this string trimmer. Now, when you get to a certain point of running out of string, you just put it in those notches right there like that, and on this side like that, and that will hold the string in. Okay, now you take your bump head and this little gadget right here, this doohickey, put your bump into there, feed this is hard to do with one hand, but feed it into that side like that. Same thing on the other side like that, and then get your string trimmer, which I probably could have put down, align those little outlets right there, and you're good. You're completely loaded. Let me show you what feeding the line looks like. Let's see if this guy can do. All right, guys, it is time for the summary. So I've spent about 2 weeks working with this Milwaukee string trimmer, and overall, I'm really impressed with it. Now, it does cost $300, so it's one of the most expensive string trimmers I've ever used or reviewed. Now, the big question is it worth $300? And the answer for some people is yes, and for other people, no. Let me start with the yes people. If you're a pro landscaper or you already have the M18 batteries, I'd say this would be a really good option for you. There's not a lot of bells and whistles on this tool. It's all tried and true equipment, which means fewer breakdowns and less maintenance, and those landscapers are gonna love that. Now, if you're the other side of the spectrum, you've got a property that's like an acre or less, you only do your lawn on the weekends and stuff like that, this tool might be overkill for you and is probably out of your budget. So there are some other string trimmers for that category of person, and I'll have some reviews of those string trimmers in the future. The only negative comment that I have about this string trimmer, and it turned out not to be a real issue, was when you test it not using it on the grass, you feel a little bit of vibration in it, but when you're using it, that's negligible, not a problem. So really, I have nothing negative to say about this string trimmer. As I said, it is a very straightforward string trimmer. It loads a traditional way and it feeds a traditional way, and it seems to work pretty good. So that's it, guys. Please make sure you leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, make sure you hit that bell. The reason why is then you'll get all those notifications of future videos that I do, and I will see you guys around real soon.